What's up, guys? So, as you guys all know, you guys can save money with Aptoid down in the description below. You can download the game and get the app coin wallet and put in my reward code Dakanoth. There's instructions in the description. Basic bottom line is, though, starting tomorrow, Fortune Cat's coming out, and there will be a festive, Chinese New Year event starting tomorrow on January 28th. And so the basic gist out of this event, though, is that there are going to be some pretty good items coming out. Now, if you want some hints as to what the items are, the basic gist is they're going to be reducing active skill duration and a couple of other things. The nice thing, though, is that if you guys do like the Castle Candelabrum, which happens to be one of my favorite pieces with the Spectral Chant, you will have an opportunity to get a chance at buying it during that event. So if that is something that interests you, I really do recommend being prepared for tomorrow. And that's really about all I know so far as the event is concerned. But if you want any more specific details on like the actual gear itself, basically it's going to be like, a mount, an artifact, and then a back accessory. During the event, it's going to have firecrackers, and there's going to be, it's just like every other event. It's just like any other pay-to-win event. The main thing that I got out of it, though, is out of all three of the items that are being released, I do personally think the artifact is going to be the most treasured item out of the whole bunch. The mount is good, but I honestly think the artifact is going to be the best item. And you'll know once it releases starting tomorrow, but on that note, I'm also working on hopefully getting my set complete. We're just now gradually getting our way there. But again, if you guys want any suggestions on how to rank in cross-server arena, right now I'm in Grandmaster 2. I will say that right now, primarily, the only thing that you can really do whenever you're trying to switch around is, you want to probably focus on attack speed and damage resistance, and then kind of play around with crit rate and combo. And then on your actual individual skills, I love going for stuns, blade pierce, and blitz, and then I'm throwing in some, attack speed drops. And you could obviously approach this any number of ways, but this is just the way that I'm approaching it in PvP. Now, like here, I have a choice of combo and crit versus regen and crit. That's a tough choice because I don't use regen, so I'm gonna have to choose not against it. Even though in the grand scheme of things, I would much rather have crit rate and combo. The problem is I've already kind of given away a stun and crit rate piece of gear, and I'm not willing to kind of give that up for much of anything. And the pile and crit rate gear for the Phantom Disguise, that one I'm looking forward to getting rid of. I'd like to swap that out with something newer, but the same could be said for the Noble Firearm, which I've had for ages, and I just can't get rid of it. So I'm really more willing to get rid of those two pieces than I am that helmet, just because from the standpoint of what it provides in crit rate and combo is just negligent compared to any of the benefit you would have gained from the regeneration and the crit rate alone. Now, that said, if you are someone that is ultimately looking for how to build a Plume Monarch build, again, the only thing I would recommend is balance out your HP, attack, and defense, and don't worry about the others inside your class awakening. Your talents are really going to struggle if you're not focusing on as much possible stats that you can get across the board, obviously getting as much combo damage as you can get. And then the rest, as far as like the itty-bitty things, like this is what I'm currently running for souls. And again, it's the same line of thinking. The only difference is I am focusing on Blade Duo here for the combo damage, but that's really about it. And even then, technicality-wise, the relics that I'm using Crimson Sickle just so for the benefit at the time was, that if I had Crimson Sickle on, I was going to get some of my health back while I was using it. But obviously in this instance, it's like, oh, okay, I could probably swap that back to Blitz Necklace and be good to go. It's just little tweaks like that in the relics that you adjust from time to time. But in the grand scheme of things, there's not really a whole lot you need to worry about in terms of this build. But yeah, ultimately, guys, I hope you guys have been watching along and keeping up. But if you haven't, obviously right now is Tech Rush. So if you've been saving your mind ore, now's the time to burn it. We've got like from Tuesday to Friday, a whole new event, and then of course Soul Rush starts up on the 3rd of February. So if you guys haven't already, better probably start saving your souls and get ready for that event, because that will definitely be a great opportunity to get ahead of it while you still can. Needless to say though, thank you guys for watching.